Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Random Album Review. I'm Brian,
I'm Larry.
and how the show works, each week, me and Larry, we pick an album for each other. The other person hasn't listened to or has listened in passing, like some of these songs, not all of them, or albums rather. But and then we talk about it, discuss it, argue a bit, banter around a bit, and then we talk about it.
Banter.
So, I love that word, banter. Anyway, so this week was my week, Larry, as you
Yes.
know. And kind of crazy how this album was chosen. To many of you that don't know, probably don't know, but I was walking through a Goodwill, right? I don't like those expressions you're pulling right now.
I'm sorry.
There's no point. I was walking through a Goodwill, and I was like, all right, we'll go to the very really small vinyl section they have. And I was looking through them, combing through them, like, I don't recognize these guys. This guy just sings about Bible music. This guy's a country artist. I don't listen. Oh, this seems interesting. What is it? And so I have it right here. I come across this other way.
There you
This
go.
beauty of a thing, and it's a pretty good album. It's called Another Place by Hiroshima. It is I believe their third studio album. It doesn't tell me.
It's all right. One of
But
their
it's one of their
albums.
albums. It's one of their albums. That feels awful to say, but I mean, it is one of their albums. I don't know which one it is exactly, but yeah. So the album cover is just the album cover. The back has a picture of them, those members, I guess, and some of the songs that's on the albums back here, and just a disc. There's nothing else about it. Um,
Fair enough.
but Hiroshima. Uh, the album was released in June 10th, 1985. So about a month ago, it would have passed. It's nearly 40. It's like 40. It's like 39, isn't
39
it?
years old.
Do my math correctly? Yeah, it's 39 years old. Kind of crazy. Um, the band is it's an American jazz band, despite its name. But most of the members, I'm gonna assume most of the members are Asian Americans. Because the leader or the creator of the band, Dan Kuramoto, is from East LA.
Hmm.
He went to California State University, Long
Woo!
Beach,
Cal State.
and Cal State. And I believe he led the Asian American Studies department, which is kind of cool. Um, on the weekend, on the weekends, it seems he played with bands, and the other band he met Jun Kuramoto, a native to Japan who grew up in LA, and she played an instrument called a koto. And you don't know what koto is? It's a string instrument. You may have seen it. It's similar to the Chinese. What's it called? String instrument. The gusheng. It's similar to the gusheng, if you know what that is.
I don't.
It's the one that's like flat, has a string at the top, and they play it with their fingers like
Oh,
this.
wait, no, I do know what you're talking about.
It's
Yes.
kind of that. The Japanese version is called a koto, and that's what she plays. So the band that he made here, Hiroshima, was made based off of there's a lot of inspiration with you might know this band, Earth, Wind and Fire,
Yeah,
for
of
the way they
course.
created
Beautiful.
they combined jazz and R&B,
Mm-hmm.
and the band Santana, which I don't know much about, but says here that they identified with Latinos.
Santana is
Uh,
incredible.
yeah. So he drew inspiration really that, and he wanted a band that would represent Asian Americans, and he named it after Hiroshima, which was
Yeah.
kind of blown out in the water, literally blown out the water.
Americans.
But it happens, it happens. But
Shouldn't.
yeah, it shouldn't have happened, but it happened. Their genres are mainly smooth jazz, R&B, pop, and world music. I assume world music is a broad term for anything that isn't American. So,
Sure.
um, I just said world music, man. I don't know what to tell you. Um,
I don't
this
know.
album, this album stated This album they not debuted, but it stayed on the Billboard Top Jazz Albums chart for like a year at number 8, or it peaked at number 8, but it stayed on there for a year, which is pretty cool.
Solid.
And what's pretty funny is you said this. I told you this earlier, and you were kind of shook and then laughed at me. So in total, this band has had a total of 19 members.
Revolving door.
Most of them have, I assume, some of them were, I guess, either started in the band and may have left the band due to anything. I don't know. Everyone can leave due to whatever they want. They can join, they can leave. I don't know. More of like it's like a, I guess it's like a, it's to represent, well, his goal is to represent Asian Americans. So I assume,
Yeah.
like, people can do whatever they want. They can, if you want to join with them, join, make some music, and leave. That's fine. So the main members are the leader, Dan Kuramoto, uh, another member, Jun Kuramoto, which, given the name, I would like to say they are related in a way, like maybe partners, but I have no idea. So we're gonna pass on that one. And they both in the band since their inception in 1974. Danny Yamamoto, he's also been in there. And then these two things just say present. Kimo Cornwell and Dean Cortez both say present, so I assume they have joined recently, and they play other instruments as well. And everyone here plays a specific instrument. Dan plays the saxophone, flute, shakuhachi, keyboards and percussion. June plays the koto, and Danny Yamamoto played the drums, and on the 2019 tour, I believe they did, he played keyboards, taiko, and percussion. Kimo Cornwell played the keyboards or keyboard, and Dean Cortez is a bass guitar. And then there are 14 other members. I am not going to state because it's 14 members.
It's a lot of people.
But they all left and joined at different times. Some of them were from the beginning, and they left like in the early 2000s. Some of them left 10 years later. Some of them left a few. So it's kind of cool, I guess. Kind of weird, but whatever.
Gives the band a new sound every now and then.
Yeah. It was the first. This album was their first gold record, so that's pretty cool. Pretty great, pretty nice.
Big honor.
So their debut album, which is called I really forget what it's called. That I forget. I'm so unprepared, bro, and I prepared earlier. Oh, no. Anyway, the debut album sold more than 100,000 copies in the first 3 months, which is pretty good. Their second album had the song "Winds of Change," which received a Grammy Award nomination for Best R&B Instrumental, which is pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Like I said earlier, they got their first gold album in 1985 with Another Place, and a second with Go, with that followed it. They had an album called Legacy, which was nominated for Best Pop Instrumental in 2010 or 2010, and they've sold more than 4 million albums worldwide. It's kind of gnarly.
A lot of records.
The band was an opening act in 1990. The band was an opening act for Miles Davis. This fellow, he was an American jazz trumpeter, band leader, and composer. He's one of the most influential and acclaimed figures in the history of jazz and the 20th century music. That's cool.
Very big name to be working with.
Oh, I see.
That's impressive. That's something like in the terms of like being in the world of jazz, that is something everybody wants to everybody wants to be able to say they've worked with them. He is the guy.
Oh,
one of them.
That's gnarly.
Arguable.
And then 2 years before that, they played with a Japanese jazz fusion band called T Square. And they're famous in the late 70s and early 80s. But there are a lot of like other bands around them or single soloists around them that made a jazz fusion, which I guess I'm gonna assume it kind of relates to city pop, because a lot of the songs then are about like our city pop, and then there are also songs that similar to this style, like the jazz fusion kind of
Yeah.
thing. So I'm gonna assume that. Oh, in my personal opinion, I think they could. They're different, obviously, but I assume that city pop came from that. It was different styles and stuff. What do I know? I'm just some dude.
Just a guy.
Anyway, I'm just a guy. But yeah, they were given yeah, they're given the Visionary Award by East West Players, um, which is the oldest Asian Pacific American theater company in the U.S., which is pretty cool. For the impact the band has on the Asian Pacific American community through their artistic excellence and support of the Asian Pacific American performing arts, which is pretty cool. Oldest, oldest Asian Pacific American theater company in the U.S. That's pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Um, so that's enough of that script. What'd you think when you listened to it, Larry? Of my blabbling. Let's listen to you for a bit.
If I'm not mistaken, you played me one song in the car, like
Yes, sir. I
last
did.
week. Yeah, yeah. All right.
I played the title track.
Okay. Um, that does, yeah, that recounts now. Um, that was a long night. All right.
It was a pretty good long night.
But anyway, going into it, I obviously, having heard just the one song, I kind of knew kind of where this was going. But still, throughout the album, the sound between, like, song to song, this album is very different in the way it sounds. You can tell all of the different influences in all the different genres that they choose to work with, as I almost knocked my records over.
That would be good.
No, that would not be good.
Be funny though.
No,
For
it
the
would not
content,
be
come on,
funny.
knock it over. But knock it
Please.
over for the content. Let's go.
No.
Anyway,
But you can see all the different genres of music coming to play into different songs, different instruments being used in different ways. At first, I was very, I would say, taken aback. Because I was just like, it was a lot at first. But after having listened to it a couple more times, I really like it. And you saying the influence from Earth, Wind, and Fire makes so much more sense in my head now. And yeah, it clicks.
they're pretty cool. I will say.
It's I've never never not even I don't think I've ever heard of them, a song. I don't these guys
Larry, I've never heard of him either.
look, as
I listened to them
Goodwill
like 2 weeks ago.
find, the Goodwill find came through. For real.
Yes, sir. That one thrifting like day, we went for 3 hours to like 3 different stores. Two.
What you gotta
actually,
do sometimes.
But it was pretty good. But yeah. What yeah. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Alright, you have to mock me.
I'm
Listen
sorry.
here.
So, considering this is an album that you got to experience kind of similarly to me because you didn't listen to this before you found it, what did you think of it when you first found it, Brian?
Oh, dude, I was in the Goodwill smiling the entire time.
Were you?
I loved it. Yeah. I'm like, what is this? So I like put it on. I opened my Spotify, looked it up, like, oh, cool, they're a band. I'm like, wow, they're still a band because
Still making music.
74 to present, they haven't broken up. They're still making music, pretty
Committed.
good music too. But I was like, this is like, once I looked up what their music was when I was listening to them, this is exactly the type of music I like love. I think I said it before in the Bandmate episode. I like when artists use traditional Asian instruments in their songs because this uses a lot of like Japanese instruments.
Yes.
I just love it. I just love the sound. It's just like mixing like new modern and past together and just makes an awesome mix.
It's
I love
fun.
it so much. It's great.
It's a lot of fun.
But yeah. What songs did you fancy, Larry? What songs caught your fancy?
So I'd say there was probably two that kind of stuck out above the rest. I really liked One Wish, the opening song of the album.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also a really big fan of Undercover. I believe that's the sixth
Ooh.
song I'm looking at right here.
Yeah, it is a sick song. Um,
Both very fun tracks. I'd say the only thing I'm not a huge fan of with the songs in this album is some of the songs seem to drag out in my mind a little too long, and it could just be me not like being present sometimes. I don't know. It
mhm.
just some songs seem to drag out too
They
long.
feel too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
No,
Um,
9
sorry.
songs, 39 minutes. I mean, songs are a little bit longer than no, a little bit longer, just a little bit.
Yeah, but it's a jazz album. What do you
It
expect?
is, it is, it is. You're right. Sorry. What were your favorite songs, Brian?
I really liked Undercover.
Banger. He knows.
I like Stay Away a lot. I like the vocals on Stay Away. And One Wish. Pretty good song. They're all
Yeah,
pretty good. I mean, I like all of them. I'm not gonna lie to you.
yeah. They're all pretty good songs. Yeah, I'll give it to you.
Uh, yeah. Any dislikes other than them dragging on for too long?
No, not really. I don't have anything that really stood out as being anything bad or particularly uninteresting. Like I don't think I'd skip anything if I listened to it again.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah. So I hated all of them. I actually hate. I'm
Oh,
just lying to you. I hate this album. It's
oh,
actually
okay. All right.
no, but
Thanks for lying to
yeah.
me.
I don't dislike songs. There's very few songs I dislike. I will always bring it up. That one song will never be chosen on this
You won't
podcast.
even let me know what it is.
No, I will not.
I don't understand.
But yeah. So what are your after? So I mean, other than the fact that I said Earth, Wind, and Fire was their inspiration, you went, oh my god, right? So any other revelations you have, or anything else you'd like to add?
No, I mean, I like you just said, the Earth, Wind, and Fire connection is pretty cool. Um, the connection with the jazz community and some of the tours that they've gone on, some of the people that they've worked with is really cool. Um, I also think the fact that they've had so many members throughout the years and some have come and gone and different points in time in the band's existence, I think that's also really cool because that probably allows different albums to sound even more different than even how different the songs in this one album sounded.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree.
so I would say I probably might on my own, but maybe if you were to choose another album, I'd give another album a listen.
Oh heck yeah.
Um, but yeah, that's my thoughts. What about you, Brian?
So I have in my getting a call from a random person. Well, I have my script. It says banger find at Goodwill. That honestly suits it. Banger find out Goodwill. It
Banger
was
find
crazy.
it, Goodwill.
Like
Goodwill
I said,
comes
I was
through
smiling the entire time. Sometimes.
sometimes.
But the important part, Larry. What are you giving this album? What are you out of 10?
Negative. Sorry.
Oh
I'm kidding.
my
I'm kidding. I'm
god, no
sorry, man.
way. I'm leaving a call.
Oh my god. Anyway, I'm gonna give this an 8 out of 10.
Oh, okay. All right, all
What'd you
right, all right.
expect? Did
I
you
respect it.
expect? You expected different. What'd you
No,
expect?
I was not expecting different. It was more about. It's a lot closer to my score than I thought it would be.
Okay. Well, Brian,
I'm giving it. I gave it an 8.4 out of 10.
we were really close on that one. Yeah.
You're pretty close. Yeah. A lot of surprises this season. Billy Joel and now this.
The Billy Joel one will break me mentally forever, I think.
Why?
I don't know. I did not expect you to be that much of a Billy Joel guy.
Yeah, so fun fact, I gave this album the same score as Billy Joel, so Hiroshima and Billy Joel are on the same level right now.
Perfect.
But yeah, anything else you'd like to add, Larry? Any exciting things?
No. No.
All right. So, if you guys like this episode, please give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell, even though we don't care enough. About saying the bell. If you've heard this album before, cool. Well, what song was your favorite? What song didn't you like? What do you want to talk about it with?
Give the album a
And,
listen if you haven't. It's good.
yeah, it's very good. And if you haven't, like Larry just said, listen to it. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
See you guys.